Okay, wow, I love this question so much, especially as an insanely anxious person and a person that literally just had a panic attack right before filming this video. So first of all, I really monitor my caffeine intake. I am absolutely addicted to coffee, but I've noticed huge differences in not only physically but mentally when I go into a job and I've had a ton of caffeine. I will quite literally get the shakes, and I've had clients, celebrity clients, call me out for my hand literally vibrating as I was coming at them with a makeup brush. So what I actually do is I will prep a coffee for me and have it next to me on my makeup station for once I'm done with the makeup, but I always just try and drink a ton of water first and then wait to have coffee until after I'm done working. The second thing I'll do, especially if I'm having a really anxious day, I will not ask the client a lot of questions. Like, I'll do the normal, hey, how are you? I hope you're having a good day. But I won't try and do any get to know you questions because if they talk a lot while I'm doing their makeup, it slows me down. And if I'm anxious, sometimes I get distracted and I'll forget what step I'm on, and then that makes me more anxious and it continues on the roller coaster. If I'm able to, I also will play music in the background. So I'll ask the client if they're in the mood for anything in particular. 9 times out of 10, they're like, it's up to you. So I have a playlist of really relaxing music that relaxes me, and I'll play it really softly in the background to cover any kind of awkward silences, especially if I'm not in a really talkative mood. I will also go into work with a game plan. So if there's no direction on their makeup from like a director or anything like that, like if it's just a personal client, I will try and look them up online so that I get an idea of how they usually like their makeup done. That way I can kind of do it in a way that they're used to, so I'm not overthinking if I'm doing something really extreme on their face that they might not like. On the rare occasion that I get somebody that stares at me while I do their makeup, if you're a makeup artist, you've all been there where they like lock eye contact with you, I will just very gently ask them to close their eyes and like pretend I'm doing something on their eyes so that they're not staring at me and so that I don't start feeling anxious. And I've noticed it also makes them usually comfortable because sometimes they'll stare at you because they don't know where else to look, especially if they don't get makeup done very often, and that helps me a lot. One thing that really makes me anxious is if I'm rushing. That will kind of trigger my anxiety and trigger my panic attacks. So I will always try and get to work at least 15 minutes early. That way I have plenty of time to set up, kind of center myself, get my coffee prepped, have a glass of water, and kind of look over the schedule and get ready for what the day is going to hold. Day is going to hold? You know what I mean. If I have control over the schedule of the day, meaning how much time I'm given to get the client ready, I will make sure to give myself extra time, a lot of extra time. That way I'm not worried about rushing, which is a trigger for me. And that way the client feels calm and the whole situation is nice and relaxing. If I'm not given a lot of time and it's to no fault of my own, I will communicate to whoever has hired me that I'm working as quickly as I can and try and breathe and remind myself that I can only move as fast as my hands can move. But I also will pick an area that I really want to focus on. So say it's, a commercial or something, I'm going to focus on skin because cameras are very, powerful and clear. So I will put all of my focus on skin first and do what I think is the most important first, and then go on to do eyes or whatever. And vice versa. If it's like a makeup heavy job, so if it's like a music video, I will do whatever is going to take me the most time first. That way, if I have to speed something up, I can speed up the least important part of the makeup step. I don't know if any of this is making sense. I also very importantly schedule days off for myself. Like I will actually put it on my calendar because as a freelancer, I get scared of saying no to work. So sometimes I will go 2 weeks straight without taking a break. And that will also really trigger my anxiety. So I try and make sure that I rest. Sometimes I work a job that I know already is going to be stressful, so I will purposefully schedule a day off before and after I work that job. If I feel a really bad panic attack coming on, I will actually grab an ice cube from like the crafty area and hold it in my hand, and that helps center me. Anyways, thank you so much for asking this question. I hope some of this was helpful. If you have any more questions, please feel free to comment down below. I am an open book. Thanks for watching.